All right, so let's get started. My name is Barry Garcia. I'm the technical sales manager for Nanlite. And today we've got 5 questions about the Pavotube 6C, about the compacts, as well as ways to mount your Nanlites. So these are always fun things to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And Jeff wants to know, what is the best mounting option for the Pavotube II 6C? Now, Jeff, there's a lot of different ways that you can mount. One of my favorites, though, is actually in the picture right there, which is the actual T12 LED holder. It's a single tube holder, but what I like about it is the fact that it has basically a 5/8 that you can either put in, whether vertical or horizontal, or at a 90 degree. This allows you to basically attach the Pavotube anywhere that you might want to, whether it's the Pavotube 6C or it's the 15C or 30C. How bright are the 68B and the 40B compact lights? If we're going to look at it in 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, we need to look at both the 5600K as well as the 3200K. So let's start with the 68 first, since it's the bigger light. And the 5600K 1 meter, you're looking at around 2245 lux. About 2 meters, you're looking at 554 lux. And about 3 meters, or around roughly 9 feet, you're looking at about 245 lux. Now at 3200K, more on the tungsten side, we're looking around 2263 lux at 1 meter. 2 meters, you're looking at 5454 lux. And then lastly, at 3 meters, you're looking at 248 lux. Now that's just on the 68B. Now, if you're going to look at the 40B, you're looking at 5600 Kelvin at 1 meter or 3 feet, 1450 lux. 2 meters is about 345 lux, and 3 meters is about 150 lux. That's on the 5600K side. Now, on the 3200K side, you're looking at 1 meter at 1540, 2 meters at 367, and 3 meters about 163 lux. So again, you've got bright little lights that are easy to use, especially for interviews or anything that you might need to be able to add a nice soft wrapping light. That's what those compacts are good for. All right, jumping over to question number 3. What other Forza light is available in Bicolor besides the Forza 60B? And to answer that question, it's the 300B. This light itself is really fantastic. We're very excited about it, and it's going to give a lot of different individual choices that you can do if you're doing an interview, if you're going to do just lighting up a scene, if you're going to throw something through a window, maybe you want to do like simulating a sunrise, because it's going to be a variable color temperature, so 2700 Kelvin up to 65. That's going to give it that range that we're all looking for, which will make it really fun to use. And question number 4 is going to come to us from Jim in Orlando, Florida. And Jim wants to know, what type of light holder is available for the Pavotubes so that they can be used in a stacking order? Now, just to kind of preface this, Jim had also asked something about, he was looking for a ladder holder, which is something that you would see usually on a big movie set or a big television set. I've got a quick picture of it right here. I want to pop over real fast. So a ladder light allows multiple tubes to be stacked in series. And this is a good example of what a ladder light does. It actually allows you to stack behind a large, usually half silk or a full silk, or depending on what you're trying to do. But it gives you a large soft source. Now, you can do some of the same type of things with the Nanlite mounts that we have. Now, the nice thing is you can use their gooseneck holders, which come in the 4 and the 2. And this actually allows you to be able to kind of put the light where you need it to, either on a stand or maybe a mount or something like that. And then you can kind of loosen, and you can make that either a horizontal, depending on where you need, or a vertical, depending on what you need, and then lock it back into place. And then once it's locked down, that thing's not going anywhere. It works really well for whether it be a Pavotube 6C or you want to do multiple things. Now, this is obviously the 2 holder right here, and then we have the 4 holder as well that allows you to be able to kind of create what it is that you want to create with the tubes. And it gives you that stacking ability like we were talking about. So goosenecks are wonderful things to be able to use when you're using the Pavotubes. Question number 5, and this is from Tommy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. What Nanlite fixture would be best to light a car shoot? So Tommy, this is kind of a loaded question. Actually, there's quite a few lights that you can use to be able to do a car shoot. My first 2 that I would probably choose if I was going to do something with a car would be either a Forza 500 or Forza 300. Because again, depending on how you're setting up and you're going to light for that car, those 2 lights right there have the punch and power to be able to basically light up your overhead scrim or whatever it is that you might be using, your silk, whatever it is, to be able to give the highlights that you need on that car. Now, there are other options as well. Depending on how you're lighting it, you might want to use the Mixed Panel 150, or you might want to use a Compac 200. Those can both add the shadow and highlight that you might be looking for wherever it is that you might need to place it on the car. So I want to show a quick little video before we close today of what Nanlite, Nanlite Global has done. So the nice thing about this is they're actually using a light, and they're moving it against the reflective and then putting the lines wherever they want to put the highlights. That's what's really cool about this. Now, obviously they did inside, interior, but for most of the stuff that I'm talking about today is a lot of the outside stuff. Because, you know, cars are so shiny, you want to put that highlight so that it looks the best. Now, on a Mercedes-Benz, that little extra edge lit and that little highlight really adds to something and makes it look really cool. I really like this video. But that's a great example of being able to use maybe a Forza 500 and moving it around the vehicle as far as reflecting off the top, or a Forza 300 to really give some of those cool highlights. So that's all the questions we have for today. Again, if you guys have questions, please send them in to us. You can send them into nanliteus.com and send them in information, or you can go to our YouTube at Nanlite USA and add them in the comments there. Remember, there is no stupid question. So we'll see you next time. Thanks again.